This is the song Ghanaians should be singing today. This is the song every Ghanaian should be singing today.
I just said,
and we need divine intervention. You know, sometimes God will not do by miracle what you fail to do by responsibility.
Yeah, that's true.
But as for today, we are begging and we are seeking the face of God to intervene in this matter. And you see, I'm going to speak purely as an analyst in this matter. Not as a Ghanaian, not as a Nigerian, not as a Malagasy, but purely from an analytical point of view. Reasons why the Black Stars will struggle against Madagascar, and reasons why the Black Stars cannot beat Madagascar.
Okay.
Nathan, the first one. The last time both teams met, it took a 90+6 minute goal from Inaki Williams to secure all 3 points for the Stars.
Yeah, I remember in Kumasi.
Right. Then the team was being coached by Eric Rakotondrabe. Okay, he started the qualifiers for Madagascar. And even in that game, they gave the Black Stars stern competition until late on.
Yeah.
In January this year, post their last defeat at the hands of Comoros, Madagascar decided to change coaches. So they brought in new boy, Corentin da Silva Martins. And when we talk about Corentin da Silva Martins, he has a reputation on the African continent. And if you ever saw Mauritania at back-to-back AFCONs, it was thanks to the brilliance of Corentin Martins. He picked up players from Mauritania, got a plan working for them, and got them to deliver. Now, when he was appointed on the 30th of January, they gave him a short-term contract, 1 year contract, and his work was well cut out for him. They said, qualify Madagascar to the World Cup. It's as simple as that.
Okay.
So when he took over, he decided to change things a bit. So he called up new players from France to beef up his squad, kept some of his experienced heads, and tried to put together a team that would be shaped in a 4-5-1 formation. So he loves to play with a lot of bodies in the middle of the park.
Okay.
And he plays what we call the one top. So when Rakotondrabe was playing in Jika, Rakoto Harimalala as his main striker, he decided not to go for him. He decided to go for Warren Kadi, who plays for Lucien Auchi in Switzerland. And this season he scored 11 goals already.
Okay.
Warren Kadi is cast in the mode of Anatovic or the West Ham, Antonio.
Yeah, Michael Antonio.
That is how he plays his football. And he has a lot of power. So sitting up top, his hold-up play, his build-up play, his close control, his ability to set up goals, top-notch. So if you watch their last game against Central African Republic, he provided 2 assists as the one top.
Okay.
So our defenders are going to have a hard time against Warren Kadi. So first point, the Black Stars are going to face a different Madagascar side.
Okay.
From the coaching angle and also from the playing body. So players like Bokto, players like Berajo, players like Mentene and Tiri, all these players may not feature in this team.
Okay.
But we'll be seeing players like Warren Kadi. We'll be seeing Fontaine in defense. Fontaine plays for Sochaux.
Okay.
You see Marceline also in that middle of the park. He'll be playing in defense. Another fantastic player. Then you see the likes of Morgan Jean-Pierre, who plays for Bata Jerusalem.
Yep.
Now he's decided to move away from the goalkeeper who played for us, Adrian. Adrian played that first game. He's decided to go for Dupire. Now Dupire is one experienced goalkeeper who plays for Swift Esperance in Luxembourg.
Okay.
Very good goalkeeper. Then in the middle of the park, he's introduced a young man called Clément Couturier, who plays for Villefranche. Another body in the middle of the park. Then you have seasoned campaigner, who everybody seems to know. He plays for Cottridge, Maharita.
Yep.
Marco Maharita plays good football for Cottridge. Then you have the 2 men who will be causing problems. And when I say causing problems, those who play at number 2 and number 3 for the Stars have to be ready. Because there's Loic Lapoussin or Loic Lapoussin who plays for Saint-Trudin.
Okay. Since
And then-
in Belgium.
Yes, and there's Ravelosin, who plays for Young Boys in Switzerland.
Okay.
Now, if you watch the game against Central African Republic, Ravelosin scored 2 goals in that game. And then Lapoussin was also marauding on that flank. So you have 2 very dangerous attackers. So when they're attacking, the shape changes to a 4-3-3 with lots of bodies pushing those 2 forwards forward, pushing those forwards. That is where the danger is for the Stars. Now, what is most dangerous about this team is the team chemistry. So the difference between us, and that's the second point, and them is preparation. They have had a longer time to prepare. They have had time to have this team gel, this team play together, and understand the coach's philosophy. So team chemistry will be crucial in this one. And Madagascar have better team chemistry than us. So you see, we will boast of big names. You can talk of Thomas Partey, you can talk of Kudus, you can talk of Ayew. But when you look at their team, they play as a well-knit unit. That is where the danger is. So breaking down teams like this is very dangerous. So if you watch their game against Central African Republic, they considered the first goal, but they came back to put 4 past Central African Republic.
Okay.
The same team we struggled with at the Baba Sports Stadium. Then you move on from there, and you look at the coaching of both teams. It is clear one team and one coach knows his team. It is clear one team and one coach know exactly how to play and how they want to approach games. And it is clear one team is now trying to understand his team and now trying to put the pieces together and get his team to play to win. So against Chad, we saw the Black Stars not really tested, but the coach obviously, once he won that game, will give him full marks. But this is the real test for him. Now, this is the difference between him and the man he's going up against. When you look at the CV of Corentin da Silva Martins, he's been on the African continent for a long time. From coaching Mauritania and sending them to AFCON, to coaching Libya, and to coaching Belouizdad in Algeria, and Paradou in Algeria. He seems to understand the African terrain very well. So if you look at his squad very well, he has a few African players, a few players who ply their trade even on the African continent in the team. And that takes me to this young man, Randriana. Randriana. He plays for El Guna in Egypt. Another player who's a consistent feature in the Egyptian league and understands the African terrain very well. He's going to be one of the midfielders in this team. He scored a goal when they played against Central African Republic. So he has a well-rounded team in terms of experience. The likes of Fontaine, the likes of Marceline, the likes of Maharita and the likes. These are old heads. They have a lot of experience in that team. Before you go for the young boys, Ravelosin, Lapoussin and the likes. So he has a good balance when it comes to experience and youthful exuberance. That is the team he has assembled to go and play. And tactically, Marceline, Corentin Martins is miles ahead of Otuado, tactically. In terms of understanding the game, in terms of delivering on the job, in terms of shaping your team to be able to get results, in terms of how your team reacts when they're under pressure, or how your team press from the top, or when they decide to play a low block and try to hit you on the counter. You can trust Lapoussin and Ravelosin to do the damage, and Kadia up front to lead the attack. So in terms of tactical ability or tactical nous, Martins is miles ahead of Otuado. So Ghana go into this game with a team that lacks team chemistry, with a coach that's not tactically up there, with a team that hasn't had so much training, with a team that hasn't prepared as well as you would expect them to.
Okay.
But only relying on the fact that they beat Chad 5-0 and momentum is with them. That is where the danger is. So when you see everybody saying, oh, the Black Stars will beat Madagascar, when did Madagascar come? Ladies and gentlemen, this Madagascar team, the Black Stars must be very, 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 very afraid of. If they go into this game thinking that they are meeting another Chad, they'll be caught pants down.
This is 40 FM, the voice of
And this gamble of Benjamin Asari, he played against Chad, was on virtual holiday, and then everybody seems to say, oh, he's the man for the job in Chad. He's the man for the job in Morocco. if Otuado knows what is good for him, he should play at Izigi in post.
Okay.
Because this is undoubtedly a big game. And you don't want nerves to cause your goalkeeper to make errors. Against Chad, it was easy peasy. But against Madagascar, when he sees Kadi approaching, when he sees Ravelosi, Ravelosi plays like Nani. Remember Nani?
Yeah, I remember him, Luis Nani.
Hey, Nathan. Look, I've watched this Madagascar team. And I'm saying that, look, where we are weak, Thomas Partey ran the orchestra against Chad.
Yeah.
But against Madagascar, when it comes up against Couturier, Maharita and the likes, Randiana and Co, that midfield battle, you can expect Madagascar to seize that midfield battle. And that is why we question the numbers he had in the middle of the park. In the first game, when we played them, he had Salis. He played Salis, and he played another midfielder. So it was two. It was two holding midfielders. Yes, there was Baba Idrisu, and there was Salis Ahmed.
Yeah.
Two of them in that game. But this time around, he's going into that game with only Thomas Partey. Nathan, I don't want to sound like a prophet of doom.
Maybe there'll be another midfield.
But having said what I said, having analyzed the game from an analyst point of view, it doesn't look good for the Black Stars. I'm Ghanaian. I'll be excited if Ghana wins. But based on how I've analyzed this game, what I've picked up around this Madagascar team, nobody should underrate this Madagascar team. Because they are a team that can beat the Black Stars, without doubt. They are a very good side, very disciplined side, very well drilled, and they can beat the Stars. Especially seeing where the Black Stars have come from, the kind of games they've lost, the kind of things we've seen them do on the field of play, and going into this game a bit on the disadvantage because of travel exertions and the last game they played. They must be very careful how they approach this game. We wish them well, and I pray that Ghanaians would keep them in prayers for tonight's tough task. Some of us see danger, but God can avert the danger. Only God.
This is 40 FM, the voice of sport.